So we're going to begin learning target 4, which says I can create a cubic function in factored form given the three solutions. So the first thing we're going to do to create a cubic function in factored form is we're going to realize that a cubic function in factored form follows this pattern. A, and then our three solutions are x minus the first solution, x minus the second solution, and x minus the third solution. This is very similar to the quadratic version of factored form, which just didn't have one of these solutions. But now because it's a cubic function, and cubic functions often have three solutions, we're going to have three factors, each of these representing one of the solutions. So we need to find the a value, and then identify the three solutions, and then we can write our function. To identify the a value, we're going to take the differences, just like we did with the quadratic function, only now that it's cubic, our third difference should be constant, not our second difference. So to do that, to get from negative 24 to 0, we're going up 24, up 8, down 2, down 6, down 4, up 4. And then our second difference is going down 16, down 10, down 4, up 2, up 8. And then our third difference is 6, 6, 6, and up 6. So because our third difference is constant, we know it's a cubic function. And if you remember when we did quadratic, we would take the second difference and we would divide it by 2 to get the a value. For cubic, we take our third difference and we divide it by 6 to get the a value. The reason for that, because you would think it would be to divide it by 3, but it's not. The reason for that goes back to calculus and taking the derivative of functions. You'll learn about that when you get to calculus. For right now, we're just going to go with you divide by 6 to get the value of a. Okay? So you take this number, you divide it by 6, and that gives you a. Which means our function is going to start out with f of x equals a, which is 1. And then we're going to use our three solutions. Remember that the solution is the x-intercept, which happens when y is 0. So that's right there, and right there. So we have x minus the first solution, which is a negative 2. So minus the negative 2 is like x plus 2. X minus the second solution, and x minus the third solution. And that's our function. Now to do the second one, same thing. We're going to find our a value. So from 0 to 4 is going up 4. From 4 back down to 0 is going down 4. 0 to negative 6 is going down 6. Going down 2. Going up 8. And going up 24. Now we'll find our second difference. So from 4 to negative 4 is going down 8. Negative 4 to negative 6 is going down 2. Negative 6 to negative 2 is going up 4. Negative 2 to 8 is going up 10. And from 8 to 24 is going up 16. Now we'll take our third difference. From negative 8 to negative 2 is up 6, up 6, up 6, and up 6. So again, our a is whatever that is, which is 6, divided by 6, which is 1. Our three solutions are here, here, and here, which means our function is going to be our a value, x minus our first solution, x minus the second solution, and x minus the third solution. Now looking at a graph, it's difficult to tell the a value. You could make a table with these values to figure out what the a value is by doing the same thing as over here. Instead, because it's hard to read this graph, there's not really any grid lines, I'm just going to tell you that the a value here is negative 1. Okay? So now that we have the a value, I'm going to write my function, so I'll write it down here. F of x equals my a value. Now my first solution is right here at -2. My next solution is at x equals 0. And my next solution is at x equals 1. So my three factors in factored form are going to be x minus -2, which is like x plus 2, x minus 0, which I could just write x there. I don't need that minus 0, and x minus 1. Or, if I wanted to not write that minus 0, I can move this term out front and just leave it as an x. And I don't need the parentheses if it's just an x, because there's nothing to put it in parentheses with. So these two are actually the same thing, because this term is really just an x. And that is how you write a function in factored form given the three solutions.